Plus, 2 people are behind bars this morning accused of holding up an East Texas bank at gunpoint.
And does breast milk make children more intelligent? What a new study finds in this morning's Health Alert.
This is CBS 19 News This Morning.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, March 18th. I'm Clint Yeatts.
And I'm Dana Hughey. Thanks so much for starting your morning out with us. The rain is moving into East Texas this morning. After we got to enjoy more sunshine yesterday, that was nice.
Yeah, it was nice out there, but things are changing. Let's get over to Scott Fossey. So how long till the rain gets here, Scott?
Yes, indeed. It looks like we're going to see some lingering showers moving into the East Texas area, lingering out of the Texas Hill Country this morning and up into the East Texas area over the next several hours. We've got about an 80% chance, guys, by noon today that we're going to see rain across the entire region. Spotty showers now moving across the I-45 corridor from Palestine as well up into sections of Henderson County now. From Athens north into Van Zandt County, the Kaufman County vicinity, and over the next 2 to 2.5 hours, this rain will just continue to overspread our skies from the south and west. The main upper level low pressure system driving this system in tandem with a cold front that's stalled out across East Texas is now moving into the western part of the state. It moves across the Texas Hill Country and across the southern tier of East Texas late today and overnight tonight. Means that in your day part planner today for your midweek Wednesday, things are shaping up to look like this. Temperatures by lunchtime today should top 70 degrees. We'll expect highs near 73, settling back down into the mid-60s as we go into the late night hours tonight. Rainfall will also taper off in the overnight hours tonight. Some spotty showers perhaps about this time tomorrow morning. Coming up, a look at your extended forecast, and we'll talk more about how much rain we can expect to see today across the East Texas region. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Scott. Now, fight leads to shots being fired in Longview.
It happened around 8:30 Tuesday night at the Penwood Apartments on Scenic Drive. Longview police tell CBS 19 a group of people had gathered there and shortly after started arguing. The argument turned physical, and then one suspect pulled out a gun. Officer Deborah Stiles says he intended to rob someone of drugs. Several shots were fired, but no one was hit. We know 2 people ran away from the scene before police arrived. They are not in custody. A CBS 19 exclusive now. We're getting to hear those chilling 911 calls made before and after a fatal accident in Flint claimed the lives of 2 people.
As CBS 19's Risa Morris shows us, drivers tried to warn police that something bad was about to happen.
There's a truck over here off Old Jacksonville Highway in Tyler. He looks like he's drunk. I mean, he's swerving. He's almost hitting people.
That's a 911 call just minutes before Dana Register's car was hit head-on, killing her and Pasha Zapolsky and injuring 4 others, some of whom are Register's children.
I guess I'm just calling maybe someone can, get this guy and get him off the road or, regardless, I mean, if he ends up in an accident, at least it's been reported.
Minutes later, the man called again.
Smith County 911, where's your emergency?
Ma'am, he hit a car head-on on this road. We need police now.
Crabtree is facing 2 counts of intoxication manslaughter and remains in the Smith County Jail. Risa Morris, CBS 19.
Crabtree's been charged with 2 DWIs before this, along with a host of other charges. There's only 1 child left in the hospital from that accident. The last report we were able to get listed her in good condition.
A college student and a North Texas man are in the Upshur County Jail this morning accused in a bank robbery. It happened in Big Sandy last Friday. Police arrested 24-year-old Daryl Greer and 22-year-old Chanel Collins, a student at Jarvis Christian College in Hawkins. Police say Greer used a gun and held up the bank around 2 p.m. Friday before abandoning a stolen car and jumping into another car at a car wash nearby. A tip led to their arrest on Sunday. The murder trial continues today for Colby Hudgens. He's accused in the 2013 fatal shooting of a Hallsville teen, Kayla Williams. It happened at a home in Kilgore. The defense claims the shooting was an accident. Hudgens faces up to life in prison if convicted.
New this morning, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's ruling Likud party has scored a resounding victory in that country's election. With nearly all of the votes counted, Wednesday, Likud appears to have earned 30 out of the parliament's 120 seats. Exit polls had shown a tight race with the opposition Zionist Union, but it wound up with just 24 seats. Netanyahu will now have a relatively easy time putting together a coalition government with right-wing and religious allies.
A consumer alert this morning. Check your pantry. Kraft is recalling millions of macaroni and cheese dinners. It's because some boxes contain small pieces of metal. The recall affects 6.5 million of the 7.25-ounce boxes. They are sold individually and in packs of 3, 4, and 5. The macaroni and cheese dinners have the best when used by dates between September 18th, 2015 and October 11th, 2015. They are marked with the code C2. You should return the macaroni for a full refund.
The work is done, and now a few signed pieces of paper are the only thing stopping Smith County from using the newly expanded downtown jail. Commissioners are hoping those papers will be in place by the end of the week. Tuesday marked a major milestone. Jailers reported a population small enough that none of the inmates are being held in another county. Smith County has been paying to put people in other county jails for years thanks to overcrowding. Some people were worried the expanded jail would still be too small.
We've all worked really hard on implementing new plans and through the Criminal Justice Coordinating Committee to try to reduce the numbers of people that absolutely don't need to be in jail, because that keeps you from having to pay for them.
At one time, more than 250 inmates were being held outside of Smith County. Tuesday, commissioners signed off on the final payments to put the new jail cells into service. That means the county could soon be collecting money to house federal inmates instead of paying to house local ones. Lindale firefighter Joe Yeatts will speak to the Kilgore College Fire Academy graduation later this month.
You'll remember he was burned over half of his body when a roof collapsed on him in January. Yeatts has been making public appearances as he continues to recover.
The general public and all area fire departments are invited to attend the ceremony. For the details, go to our website, cbs19.tv.
Oh, he has such the story to tell, a survival story.
And speaking to young recruits, it'll be inspiring, I'm sure.
It will.
Yeah. Kilgore College Rangerettes welcome St. Patrick's Day in Ireland. Check out their performance. That's coming up.
You don't get to do that every day, do you? Plus, they're dapper little birds, and people find them irresistibly charming. They're penguins. But do you ever wonder why a penguin waddles the way they do? Well, we take a look at why coming up. And we're taking you outside now. This is our Longview live cam, where it is 66 warm degrees as you wake up this morning. Not bad after all those cold days we had. Scott Fossey has a look at your forecast coming right up.
Experienced. Jillian Sheridan. CBS 19 News at 5, 6, and 10. CBS 19 closed captioning is brought to you by Southside Bank. Banking made easy. We promise.
Story only on CBS 19.
CBS 19's Risa Morris has been working to find out more about fraternities.
There are chapters of Sigma Alpha Epsilon here at Stephen F. Austin University.
You're driving a big yellow bus like a big yellow billboard got Longview ISD.
Red light cameras have caught 22 of Longview ISD's buses barreling through intersections.
That's kind of scary.
CBS 19 Samuel King joining us in the studio now. And Samuel talked exclusively to one of the agents investigating this case.
Indeed, Mike, just a couple of hours ago, in fact.
KYTX CBS 19 Weather and Weather App are brought to you by Texas Spine and Joint Urgent Care, the best step to better health.
It is now 5:40 on a potentially pretty soggy Wednesday. We're starting to see some showers moving up from the south and west into some of our western tier of counties this morning. From Van Zandt County near Canton back west into sections of the Terrell area and Kaufman County, down through Henderson County, that's in and around the Athens-Chandler vicinity, Anderson County near Palestine, and you can see back along the I-45 corridor and all the way southwest into the Austin, Round Rock, Georgetown vicinity. This shower activity is being caused by a lumbering area of low pressure that's moving out of West Texas and will slowly make its way across the central portion of the Lone Star State today and just to the south of the southern tier of East Texas. That means some of the heavier rainfall totals later today will be nestled in across the western and southern sections of our viewing area today. So keep that in mind if you've got travel plans, or if, again, you saw a lot of rain, and most of us did last week. The potential for maybe some localized flooding. Still a possibility later today as the rainfall starts to pile up, at least across deep East Texas. Could see the potential for an inch or inch and a half there. 50% chance for showers for your morning commute this morning with temperatures in the low to mid 60s. 80% chance for rain by noon as that upper level low wobbles a little bit closer. We'll hold that chance of wet weather at an 80% rate through at least your evening commute. Look for highs today right around 73 degrees. We'll dip back down to around 71 by your drive home. So I walk you through the day today. The picture by 11 o'clock this morning showing light to moderate showers continuing off and on, wave after wave, moving in and across the East Texas area throughout the day today and going into the 9 o'clock hour tonight. Temperatures after topping out in the lower 70s will be back down into the mid 60 degree range by 9 p.m. this evening. And notice what happens as we head into the overnight hours tonight through about 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. A few lingering showers across the East Texas area, and we'll continue to see with the approach of system number 2 now late tomorrow night and during the day Friday, an increase of moisture around the region again as we go into the dinner time hour tomorrow night and going into the overnight hours Thursday night into Friday. Our rain chances once again start to increase. So look for a few lingering showers through tomorrow morning with a high of about 74. Next system, number 2, that's over the southern sections of California now, approaches during the day on Friday and lumbers across Texas during the day on Saturday, providing us with a 60% chance for rain both Friday and Saturday. Highs going into the weekend in the mid 60s, will be in the upper 60s on Sunday with a few showers lingering across the area early Sunday morning. We get a break on Monday, perhaps late Monday night, early Tuesday morning. Another weak system moving in from the north and west in the form of a cold front that could trigger a few spotty showers and maybe an isolated thunderstorm late Monday night, early Tuesday morning next week. That's your 7-day planner. You can check it out on our website, cbs19.tv. If you do Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, one word will describe it all today, and that is soggy.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, in the whole forecast doesn't look like there's a lot of chance. It's not going to be soggy for the next few days.
You're exactly right. We saw some sunshine over the last couple of days. It was nice. Temperature yesterday officially topped out, depending on where you live, between about 80 and 82.
That's so nice.
Isn't that nice? So a little taste and a hint of spring, and certainly the weather acting more like spring with this wet trend over the next several days.
All right. Thank you, Scott.
Okay. Thanks, Scott.
Well, it's become one of the great scientific dilemmas of our time. Why do penguins walk so funny?
James Profit of the University of Texas and a team from the Royal Veterinary College designed a pad full of sensors to measure the force the birds apply as they waddle along on those silly little legs. This first trick was to actually get the penguins to walk the plank. What the team found was that the walk wasn't so silly after all.
Yeah, when it comes to waddling, they're probably saving a bit of energy. They are using the motion to do this weird sort of waddling motion to help them with the fact that they have such short legs.
Just kind of...
They know what they're doing.
They do.
They're just mosey.
I guess, nature knew what it was doing.
Usually.
When they gave them short legs, they had to give them a way to walk around.
That's right. Well, a disturbing discovery is made in Oklahoma. What washed onto shore? That's coming up next hour.
And next, how heart health can go downhill at a very early age. You're watching CBS 19 this morning, coverage you can count on.
Mike Landis, CBS 19 News at 5, 6, and 10.
Well, if you're just waking up and joining us, here are a few of the stories we're following this morning. Police arrest 24-year-old Daryl Greer and 22-year-old Chanel Collins for a bank robbery in Big Sandy last Friday. Police say Greer used a gun and held up a bank around 2 p.m. on Friday before abandoning a stolen car and jumping into another car at a car wash nearby. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's Likud party has emerged with a resounding victory following Tuesday's elections. The country now heads into what could be weeks of negotiations to form a coalition government. TxDOT is refunding 31,000 drivers after they were overbilled while using toll roads. Refunds will total around $1.7 million. A health alert this morning. Researchers in Dallas found cardiovascular health can decline in childhood. They tracked 9,000 children and found unhealthy childhood behaviors, especially bad diets, drive up cholesterol and blood pressure levels. Experts say parents need to push better eating habits that lower salt and sugars and increase whole grains, fruits, and vegetables. A new study links breastfeeding to higher intelligence and earning ability. Researchers in Brazil followed more than 3,500 newborns for 30 30 years and found the longer a baby breastfeeds in the first year of life, the greater the benefits, regardless of social class. Most older adults with back pain usually don't benefit from X-rays, CTs, or MRIs of the spine. Doctors in Seattle found early imaging didn't lead to better one-year outcomes.
East Texas represents in Ireland on St. Patrick's Day. The Kilgore College Rangerettes took part in an annual parade there. Take a look.
And now we're joined by another of our American visiting groups. It's the Kilgore Rangerettes. You can probably tell they're from Texas in the USA.
Yes, you can. The Rangerettes have been visiting Ireland and Scotland since last week. This is part of the group's 75th anniversary.
Well, if you're going to celebrate St. Patrick's Day,
do it in Ireland,
might
right?
as well do it in Ireland.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, Radio Shack starts another round of layoffs.
Plus, Switch Cosmetics Company is filing a lawsuit against Austin-based retail Not Meat. Those stories are ahead in this morning's Texas Business Report.
It's always personal to me. I have a community that is counting on me to make sure that we get it right and that we give that context that helps them know how to deal with that information and then react accordingly, whether it's just some general information or something specific to their community, something that affects their child in their child's school. Maybe it's a problem within City Hall, maybe it's a problem with a power company. Whatever it is, when we provide that information, we are helping our community be better. That's why you should choose CBS 19.
Social media is changing the way news is delivered. Choose CBS 19 News on Facebook for up-to-date news and information sent directly to you. We deliver you the news that matters to you and your family. Choose CBS 19 News.
5:53 now on this midweek Wednesday morning. Grab your umbrella. You're going to need it today. Rain now moving back into the area after we saw a bit of a break during the day yesterday. Storm system number 1 of 2 moving into West Texas this morning. It'll wobble across the Texas Hill Country, increasing the amount of shower activity that you can see there from Austin north to Round Rock, all the way north to Waco, and all of that activity is moving gradually in our direction, moving into some of our western counties right now, generally from around Grand Saline, the Canton vicinity, down through Athens to Palestine and southwest of there. These showers will continue to overspread our East Texas skies today. So as you get ready to head out the door, here's what you can expect in your day planner today. 50% chance for light showers for your morning commute this morning. We'll increase that to an 80% chance of rain from noon on today, tapering it off during the overnight hours tonight. This afternoon could see some moderate to heavy rainfall at times, especially across the southern tier of East Texas. Your high today running about 73 degrees, which is still above normal for this time of the year. Good news is the showers start to taper off overnight tonight. We may see a few lingering sprinkles tomorrow morning, but essentially a dry day and a break from the rain tomorrow. Then system number 2 that is now sitting over Southern California arrives in here Friday and Saturday. Coming up, a look at that forecast, guys. Back to you.
All right, thanks. The Texas job machine hit a wall in January.
And Texas becomes a wine industry powerhouse. Jane King is at the NASDAQ with those stories and more in today's Texas Business Report.
Hello, Texas. Texas no longer led the nation in job creation in January. Lower oil prices are to blame. California created more jobs that month, but Texas's unemployment rate at 4.4% is still lower than the national average. Well, meanwhile, Radio Shack starts another round of layoffs at its headquarters. The Dallas Business Journal says 50 to 100 jobs will be cut this round, leaving about 500 employees at the Fort Worth headquarters. Well, Texas farmers turning to grapes as the state's wine industry grows. The Wall Street Journal says Texas now ranks as the nation's 5th largest wine-producing state. And Mary Kay has filed a lawsuit against Austin-based Retail Me Not. Mary Kay claims the company is soliciting coupons for its cosmetics without approval. Retail Me Not says they are in compliance with the law. From the NASDAQ market site in Times Square, I'm Jane King with your Texas Business Report.
All right, it's time for our water cooler question this morning. How can horses go to sleep standing up and not fall over?
Interesting question, I guess. Facebook or Twitter is where we're talking about it this morning. I know there's some folks out there that know the answer to this. We'll give you the answer at about 6:45. And just for participating in today's water cooler question, we'll put your name in the hat to win 4 tickets to the Gala of Royal Horses coming up Friday night at the Old Palace in Tyler.
Well, coming up at 6.
Yeah. Controversy this morning over the name of a lipstick, why some people are outraged.
Plus, East Texans call for an expansion to Highway 31 after multiple fatal accidents. You're watching CBS 19 this morning.
There's nothing like the start of a brand new day. We'll make sure you're ready for it. You're watching CBS 19 this morning. To John Adams, CBS 19 News at 6 and 10.
Smith County leaders make a decision on whether a special court will be added for prostitution cases.
Plus, TxDOT owes millions after toll road users are overcharged.
And a health insurance company is dealing with a massive data breach. Was your information exposed? That's coming up.
This is CBS 19 News this morning.
Good morning. It is a Wednesday, March 18th. I'm Dana Hughey.
And I'm Clint Yeatts. Thank you so much for joining us for CBS 19 this morning. Well, it could be a rainy morning commute for many of us here in East Texas.
Let's go ahead and check in with Scott Fossey this morning. Are we going to need our umbrellas all day long?
It's bad. You know, we saw one day of a break yesterday. It was really nice.
Gorgeous
across the
day,
man, it was fabulous. You know, I was inside most of the days. I know you all were from time to time. You know, we had an opportunity to step out and didn't want to come back in. It was that nice.
It was that kind of day.
Yeah, absolutely. Today, you'll probably want to stay in. We've got some showers moving up into the East Texas area this morning. Western flank of counties right now from around the Canton vicinity down through Athens, the Anderson County vicinity near Palestine and southwest of there. Also some spotty showers moving up into Smith County at this hour. All of this rain activity will just continue to increase as we move throughout the day. We've got a lumbering area of low pressure aloft moving out of West Texas. It'll cross the Texas Hill Country and eventually move across deep East Texas during the day today. In your day part planner, here's what you can anticipate. 50% chance for some morning sprinkles, intermittent light rain for your morning commute. That chance goes way up at noon today as we see temperatures peg 70 degrees, 80% chance for rain until about 5 p.m. Then we'll start to taper the rain off, especially as we head into the late night hours tonight around 11 o'clock to midnight. Lingering shower or two possible tomorrow morning, but tomorrow should be a dry day. That's really good news. Mostly cloudy, but dry. Then more rain with system number 2 in here Friday and Saturday. So we've got another system now starting to form out along the west coast, Southern California, and it'll take much of the same track and path as this one today.
I don't know about everybody else, but my kids keep asking, when can we go out in the backyard? I'm like, you're going to track in a whole lot of mud if you come in.
That's exactly right.
It's still so soggy out there.
It really, really is. Was visiting with a couple of people, you know, the other day. They said, I'm ready to plant our spring flowers. Went out, put a spade in the ground, and it just fills up with water. So
maybe wait a little bit.
Yeah, I would hold off. Here's the bad news. Through the weekend now, it looks like.
Okay.
All right.
We just got those clouds hanging over. They're not going anywhere.
That's right.
Thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
Well, some breaking news just coming into our newsroom. There has been a report of a shooting on Plume Drive in Tyler.
Right now, we don't know how many people are involved or if there are any suspects. We do have a crew headed to the scene and will pass along any details as they start to come in.
Well, Smith County will likely not add a special court for prostitution cases.
The Tyler Morning Telegraph investigation highlighted the issue of prostitution in East Texas. The state mandated that large counties add these special diversion courts in an effort to help women caught up in the sex trade get out of it. County leaders tell CBS 19 the relatively low number of cases may not be enough to justify the costs of a separate court, so they have opted out. Advocates say the county may be missing an opportunity.
Jail doesn't offer healing. It's punishment, but there's no healing and restoration in that. So we're kind of really putting them away where they're going to turn around and go back to that same life. And
County Judge Joel Baker tells CBS 19 that if law enforcement sees the need for a court, the commissioners would reconsider the issue.
Some East Texans are asking state and local agencies to expand Highway 31 after a Chapel Hill man is the 8th person killed on that highway since last March. Jarrett Ryder was stopped to pull into his driveway Monday when he was rear-ended by a white pickup and pushed into oncoming traffic. He was 30 years old. TxDOT reports 300 total accidents on Highway 31 since last March. The Ryder family has hired Roberts & Roberts law firm to represent them moving forward.
When you take a look at the highway, you realize it's a 2-lane highway with a 70-mile-per-hour speed limit with a lot of exits and entrances. That's a recipe for tragedy.
The Ryder family is in the process of making funeral arrangements now. 4 other people were also hurt in the accident. However, none of those injuries were life-threatening.
TxDOT is cutting checks this week to toll road users who were overbilled. Refunds will be offered to 31,000 drivers, totaling $1.7 million. But the numbers may grow as TxDOT continues to find more inaccuracies. Those refund checks started going out this week to TxTag customers. Those with a credit account should see fees waived over the next 10 days.
New this morning, a disturbing discovery near Tulsa, Oklahoma. Medical waste is scattered on the banks of the Arkansas River between Ralston and Cleveland. At least 15 biohazardous sharp containers have been found in the river, some of them fully intact, but many others broken and open, leaving the contaminated material with only one place to go, downriver. The sheriff says he thinks someone threw the biohazardous containers off a bridge. He says containers and the materials inside have been found as far downriver as Cleveland.
I think that they took the easy way out and put the citizens of Pawnee County in danger by doing that.
Pawnee County Sheriff Mike Waters says the Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality has joined the investigation. The DEQ says it doesn't believe the medical waste has impacted fish or drinking water. But pretty scary.
It is. You wouldn't expect to see that. Needles and everything.
Yeah, I mean, they have ways to dispose of that. Right. All those companies that do medical waste, it's just scary.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now for a look at what's trending this morning. The makeup and beauty supply store Sephora is in some hot water this morning.
Yeah, they're coming under fire for the name of a new lipstick. It's called Underage Red, and it's part of reality TV star Kat Von D's popular makeup line. People are taking to Twitter to express their outrage, saying the name suggests it's either for young girls trying to look older than their age or for women of legal age who are trying to look like young girls. Sephora is apologizing and is pulling the lipstick from store shelves.
Well, Elvis fans, listen up. You may have the chance to own the tour bus that the King bought for his backup band. He himself even drove the TCB tour bus on occasion. TCB stands for Taking Care of Business, Elvis's motto. One of the King's cars will also be on the block at Julian's Auctions in May. All right, Oprah Winfrey fans, listen up. She is also planning to sell some of her belongings. Paintings and furniture from her Chicago apartment will be sold at auction next month. Proceeds will benefit her education foundation. Oprah is one of the richest, as we all know, and most powerful celebrities in the U.S. Forbes magazine estimates her net worth at $3 billion. Where'd you get that painting? I bought it from Oprah.
I bought it from Oprah, and she's probably just getting rid of it so she can buy some new stuff.
Furnished all over again.
Maybe. Another fraternity incident, this time at Penn State. Why the fraternity is being suspended for 1 year, that's coming up.
Plus a young boy waiting on his forever family. Meet legend in this morning's CBS 19, Children Are a Gift. Want to go outside now to Tyler this morning. It is 66 degrees out there. The winds are pretty calm. Right now, the streets look dry, but that could all be changing very soon. Scott Fossey has your forecast next.
Now after the hour of 6 o'clock on a potentially soggy Wednesday morning. We've already got some light rain crossing the I-45 corridor a couple of hours ago and now moving into some of our western and central counties across East Texas. The leading edge now pushing into sections of Upshur County down through Smith County, the Cherokee County vicinity, and especially more intense showers right now over sections of Van Zandt, Henderson County area and then back to the south and west. You can see the moisture trail extends all the way from San Marcos north to Austin to the Round Rock vicinity near Georgetown as well. And this rain will just continue to pour in our general direction today. It's being driven by a large area of low pressure aloft over West Texas. I'll show you that here in a moment. In your forecast today, let me walk you through your day part planner. Early this morning for your morning commute, a 50% chance for some light spotty rain showers around the region. You'll need your windshield wipers and most importantly your umbrella as you get ready to head outdoors this morning. Temperatures at 8 a.m. this morning in the mid 60s. We climbed to 70 by noon today and notice our rain chances going up to an 80% 80% chance by lunchtime. We'll continue that through about 5 p.m., start to taper the rain off as we head into the late night hours tonight. Yesterday, depending on where you live here in East Texas, we saw highs ranging from about 80 to 82 degrees. How about that? A break from the rain yesterday, but today it's back, and your high today topping out near about 73. That upper level low I mentioned a little bit earlier, here it is this morning moving out of the West Texas area. You can see the counterclockwise circulation pulling that southern Pacific moisture up and across the Lone Star State, and also a pretty good moisture tap coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. At the surface, we've got a cold front. It's stalled out across the area. It will interact with the moisture from the Gulf and the energy associated with this upper level low that's drawing that southern Pacific moisture up across the Lone Star State today, thus giving us a very good chance for some wet weather. 34 degrees this morning up along the U.S.-Canadian border in Bismarck. One of the colder temperatures across the lower continental U.S. this morning. It's 29 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 31 right now in Omaha. As you head south, we run into the 50s and 60s, especially here across the Lone Star State, with one exception. Check out Amarillo, 39 right now behind the front. It's 52 in Wichita Falls, 57 in Dallas, upper 50s near 60 in Waco. Austin's coming in at the capital city there. It's 62, upper 60s in Houston, currently in the mid-60s for the most part here in the East Texas area. Let me show you those temps. 61 right now in Linden and Cass County. We run into the mid-60s in Marion County from Jefferson south to Marshall. Head west along I-20 into Longview. It's 66, 65 in the Rose City. Hopkins County, Dairy Country there in Sulphur Springs at 60. And we're looking at temperatures in the low to mid-60s across our southern tier of counties as well. So as we walk you through the day today, wave after wave after wave of rainfall. This is a picture between about noon and 1 today. Temperatures climbing up close to 70 degrees by the middle part of the day. By dinner time and thereafter tonight, again, scattered showers continue across East Texas, but notice the general trend as we head into the overnight hours. This is a picture right before midnight tonight after the newscast this evening. Still moderate showers along and on either side of I-20, but they'll start to taper off during the overnight hours. We'll still see some lingering showers around here about daybreak tomorrow morning. Otherwise, a mostly cloudy day tomorrow. A bit of a reprieve tomorrow from the concentrated rains, and then we go into Friday, and as you can see, late Thursday night into Friday, the rain returns as system number 2, now gathering strength over Southern California, takes much the same path as the system we're dealing with today. That happens Friday into the day on Saturday with lingering showers now through Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon could see some sunshine. Notice your temperatures over the next several days. Spring-like today and tomorrow, mid-70s tomorrow on Thursday, with a high on Friday near 70. That's your 7-day planner. Keep the umbrella handy. You can check it out on our website, cbs19.tv. Clint?
All right, thanks, Scott. Well, he's a bright boy with high hopes for a bright future. Right now, he's waiting in foster care for the opportunity to shine. CBS 19's Jillian Sheridan shares his story in this morning's Children Are a Gift.
Legend is an avid reader and soaks up every detail to learn something new. He is sure to make a family proud.
Legend is always game for a day of exploration.
I like to draw, read, and explore nature.
This adventure at the Perot Museum of Nature and Science in Dallas was thrilling for this 12-year-old.
My favorite part was Sherlock Holmes. I've always loved his stories, and I've always wanted to be like him. He was the world's greatest detective.
Legend is as enthusiastic about learning as he is about the future.
I would either want to be a scientist because I really love science, or an artist because I'm really good at drawing. All I have to do is look at a picture and I can draw it.
What he pictures daily in his head is a safe home with a family who loves each other.
We treat them with care, and we usually give them hugs, and we usually cook and eat together.
This young man is eager to have the love and attention of parents.
A very nice mom that likes to go places with her kids.
Having experienced a great deal of abuse and neglect prior to coming into foster care, Legend is excited about the prospect of adoption.
I'm going to try to be the best son I can be.
It is important to Legend that he stay in contact with his two brothers, but more than anything, he hopes for what no child should ever go without.
A family. A family that will love me and care for me.
And Legend will for sure return that love to a family, and we hope he gets that forever family very soon. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Jillian. For contact information to learn more about Legend, go to our website, cbs19.tv. Click on the Children Are a Gift page. There you will find a phone number and email address. The U.S. may have lost a drone in Syria, what the Syrian government is claiming. That's coming up.
Plus, looking for something different for dinner tonight? What about a new recipe coming up, the flavors of India?
Ooh,
sounds pretty yummy.
It does sound good.
But first, it's time for today's water cooler question. How can horses go to sleep standing up and not fall over? People are weighing in on Facebook. One of my favorite answers from Shannon, practice. Practice makes perfect. Is that it?
That answer, that's good. Facebook or Twitter is where we're all talking about it. We'll have the answer coming up at 6:45. Don't forget, just by participating in our water cooler question of the day, we're going to put your name in the hat to win 4 tickets to the Gala of Royal Horses Friday night at the Oil Palace in Tyler.
The CBS 19 Cafe Coffee Mug is brought to you by Choice Home Care. When viewers want to know.
Are you willing to do an interview with us today? No, we're not.
CBS 19 News investigates.
The decision-making process was the equation that went out of balance.
Coverage you can count on. Children Are a Gift is brought to you by Peters Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. CBS 19 News, your weather authority for East Texas.
People need to tune into CBS 19 News on the weekends because it's coverage they can count on.
One of the great things about cooking is exploring the flavors of the world without leaving your own kitchen. In today's Fresh Ideas, Christine Gardner shows us a recipe that features the flavors of India.
So I'm pretty excited about this new line of Indian takeaway food that they have at Fresh. So it made me start exploring a lot of different Indian flavors. So I thought I'd make some tandoori chicken. So this is basically a roasted chicken dish, but you marinate it in yogurt. So I've just got some plain yogurt here. I'm going to squeeze in some lime, also some chopped fresh ginger, and then this is garam masala. It's an Indian spice blend. It's very nice warm spices. I like it better than curry powder. I've also got a little bit of cinnamon in there, also just a little squirt of tomato paste. So I'm going to get my marinade all mixed up. And then you're just going to take your chicken. It's better to use bone-in and get that straight into your marinade. And this is going to marinate overnight. And what the yogurt does is it tenderizes your chicken, and then also the warm spices start to penetrate into the meat. So get that covered up. So you want this to marinate for at least 30 minutes, and probably overnight would be good. These I have marinated overnight, and you can see where they're coated with the yogurt. That will protect the skin from the very high heat that we're going to cook it in, probably about 500 degrees under the broiler. And it'll get nice and dark, and then as you are cooking, you want to get some mango chutney and kind of baste that over. That'll make a nice, beautiful caramelized glaze. And this is how it comes out. It's a really nice crusty skin, and it's got that mango chutney and all the Indian spices. So this is just a traditional dipping sauce for your chicken. It's a little bit of Greek yogurt along with mango chutney, garam masala, and some chopped mint. And this is just a really nice, warm, spicy Indian dish, and you can get to learn some new flavors. So you can find this recipe at cbs19.tv. Just scroll down and click on the Fresh Ideas logo.
6:22 now, and money issues. Another massive data breach at a health insurance provider. This time, Primera Blue Cross says it's the victim of a cyber attack that could affect 11 million people. The breach may have exposed members' names, birth dates, social security numbers, and bank account information, even claims and clinical information. There's no evidence that any information has actually been used inappropriately. Malaysia is teaming up with a Canadian aircraft manufacturer to launch a new airline. FlyMojo will purchase 20 CS-100 aircraft in a deal worth nearly $1.5 billion. The Malaysian carrier will target Southeast Asian countries and compete against Malaysia Airlines, which had 2 air tragedies last year. Flights are scheduled to start in 2016. Sports apparel manufacturer Adidas says it's ending its 11-year partnership with the NBA. This will happen after the 2016-17 season. The German company currently supplies the league with uniforms and holds the worldwide rights to NBA branded merchandise.
Good morning, everybody. Let's
Let's start with the TJC men's basketball team trying to keep this magical run alive in the postseason in the second round of the NJCAA tournament, taking on top-seeded Connor State and Faith Pope. How about this? The three, the foul, 4-point play, and the Apaches were playing right with the top team in the country. Great move by Ronnie Stacy.
Well, we apologize for that. We'll try to get that back up for you in just a few moments. Coming up,
CBS 19 News. Coverage you can count on.
Story only on CBS 19.
There are chapters of Sigma Alpha Epsilon here at Stephen F. Austin University.
Red light cameras have caught 22 of Longview ISD's buses barreling through intersections.
That's kind of scary.
Welcome back. It is 6:26 now. Let's take a look at some upcoming local events for you. March 19th, Artsview presents Anne of Green Gables. It will be at Artsview Children's Theater in Longview, and that will be starting at 7 p.m.
And on March 20th, the 34th annual Tyler Quilt Show will be at Harvey Convention Center in Tyler. It starts at 10 a.m. For more information on these and other events, visit our website, cbs19.tv. Head to the Go Spot tab. You'll find it right there at the top of the page. 6:27 now. Well, guess what? Rain is headed back our way. We just can't seem to kick this for more than like 24 or 48 hours.
We really can't. The southern branch of the jet stream has been quite active and will continue to be, it looks like, for about the next 3 to 5 days across East Texas, with breaks on occasion with the rain. We got a day yesterday. Today, as Clint and Dana mentioned, the rain is back. It's moving up into the East Texas area right now. Some of our western and central counties. You can see the rain extends all the way southwest back down into the Texas Hill Country and far west Texas. It will be driven in our general direction throughout the day. So kiddos, your school bus forecast, definitely plan on taking your umbrella today as you step outdoors and head to school. Showers around the region this morning, mid-60s as you step inside school this morning at 8 a.m. By lunchtime, near 80% chance for rain, with daytime highs about the time you get out of school this afternoon at 3 o'clock, near around 71 to 73 degrees. Doesn't look too promising for recess outdoors today, so you may want to plan accordingly, teachers, as you take a look at this forecast.
And pack the raincoat, because they're going to need it.
Absolutely, you bet. The good news is we get a bit of a break during the day tomorrow, and then more rain back overnight tomorrow night, Friday, and probably Saturday now.
Wasn't a lot of good news.
I was going to say, that's only sort of good news, Scott.
The good news is the break tomorrow. So, yeah, I know. We're still working on the weekend forecast. I think we'll see some sunshine, but probably late in the day Sunday.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
Well, happening right now, the Secret Service is investigating a letter that tested positive for the lethal toxin cyanide.
As Susan McGinnis reports, the letter was bound for the White House, but never made it.
The Secret Service says an envelope addressed to the White House has tentatively tested positive for cyanide. The letter was received Monday at a facility located miles from the executive mansion, where White House mail is screened. An initial test for biological agents tested negative, but follow-up testing on Tuesday showed a presumptive positive reading for cyanide. The envelope was carrying an unknown milky substance in a container, which is reportedly being tested. The Secret Service has not said if the envelope was addressed to President Obama. The sample has now been taken to another facility for more testing. Cyanide is a potentially lethal toxin that attacks the heart and nervous system. So far, there's no word on whether mail handlers at the facility were exposed. The Secret Service says its investigation into the letter is continuing. Susan McGinnis, CBS News, Washington.
Last year, a Mississippi man was sentenced to 25 years in prison after pleading guilty to sending letters laced with ricin to President Obama and Senator Roger Wicker. Those letters were intercepted before reaching the president.
A U.S. Predator drone aircraft has gone down in Syria, but it's not clear whether it was shot down. The Syrian government claimed Tuesday that it had shot down a U.S. drone in a northwestern province along the Mediterranean coast. The U.S. leader, who spoke on the condition of anonymity because the Pentagon had not yet announced the loss, said leaders were trying to determine why operators of the drone lost control of it. Drones are being flown over Syria to provide reconnaissance of certain parts of the country.
A Penn State fraternity has been suspended for a year. This comes after police say members of the Kappa Delta Rho ran a private Facebook page featuring photos of nude and partially nude women who appear to be asleep or passed out. That's according to a search warrant. Other photos showed drug deals and hazing. Police say a former member of the Kappa Delta Rho fraternity brought the page to their attention. Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity says today it will unveil a national plan to combat racial intolerance. The fraternity's chapter at Oklahoma State University recently got into trouble after a video surfaced of fraternity members taking part in racist chants saying no black person would ever be led into the university's chapter. SAE disbanded the chapter and the university expelled 2 of the students.
New this morning, a shooting at a Northern California grocery store leaves at least 3 people dead and 4 others hurt. Stockton police say one woman was killed Tuesday night at the store. She was found on a sidewalk outside. 2 other people died at the hospital. Right now, police have not said what led to the shooting or if any arrests have been made.
A developing story, notorious millionaire Robert Durst has been moved from New Orleans to a mental health facility near Baton Rouge. Our Houston station reports Durst's legal team claims he suffers from a neurological condition and requires medication. They wanted him to stay in New Orleans until his formal bond hearing next week. However, a writ issued late Tuesday found that it's up to the sheriff to determine whether inmates are housed or if they are in need of mental health treatment. Durst is charged with murder in a Beverly Hills killing 15 years ago. He was arrested in New Orleans this past weekend on a weapons charge.
Open carry may soon become a reality in Texas. The Senate passed the bill that would allow open carry for those with concealed handgun licenses. Senators approved amendments including delaying implementation until 2016, banning open carry on college campuses, and requiring more advanced training for police and license holders.
Extremely happy with the passing of this, and it's a very big step in the right direction. It's going to allow me to be able to open carry. I am a CHL holder, and so I will be able to open carry without fear of retribution.
The bill now moves to the House floor. Governor Greg Abbott has previously said he would sign open carry into law.
A heartwarming story. 2 young bald eagles are being nursed back to health at a rescue facility in Austin County. Rebecca McKeever owns and runs Lone Star Wildlife Rescue. She says the eaglets came out of their nest during a storm last week. They can't fly, and unfortunately there was no way to get them back in the tree because it was too high. McKeever even had to put a tube into their stomach in order to give them lots of fluids. The eaglets are doing well, we're told. However, it could take months for them to be ready to go back out into the wild.
A bald eagle, you know, you take care of those very carefully. You know, they have those live cams, you know, where they just watch the bald eagles sometimes when they find them.
Thousands of people will watch them. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. Well, the popular festival South by Southwest Music is starting. Its festival costs can be expensive. There are a few tips and tricks to enjoy the music without paying a dime.
You do need a badge for some of the events. Some festival goers say the badge's life is easy too. They say find out what events you'd like to attend before you get there. You can do this by word of mouth, asking around, meeting some new people, or simple Google searches. Another important key tip, reserve your spot at those events ahead of time.
Start early and RSVP to as many things as you possibly can. But if you haven't RSVP'd to some stuff, there's still a chance to get on that list and see if the RSVPs are still open. Get in on that.
Now, once you know where you want to go and have RSVP'd, make sure you get there early, hours early in some cases, taking along some snacks and water so you won't have to buy them inside. Also a good idea.
Yeah. Well, it's that time of year when March Madness grips the nation. And according to the American Gaming Association, about 70 million people will try their hand at picking the winner of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. And they'll be wagering more than $2 billion. That's about twice as much as people bet on the Super Bowl. Now, unfortunately, according to one survey, all that prognosticating and madness is expected to cost employers about $1.9 billion in lost productivity.
Some of those games are going on during the day. That's what that happens. Well, Girls creator and star Lena Dunham is trying her hand at making a documentary. She's an executive producer of HBO's It's Me, Hillary. The documentary tells the story of Hillary Knight, the illustrator of the children's book character Eloise. The HBO premiere was at the Plaza Hotel where Eloise lived. The documentary debuts Monday night on HBO. And Meghan Trainor is out with a new music video called Dear Future Husband. Most people know her, though, for that song, That Bass. The tour for That Bass wraps up this week, and she just announced dates for a new tour this summer. 6:35 now, a consumer alert. Go ahead and check your cabinets, pantry this morning. Kraft is recalling millions of macaroni and cheese dinners. It's because some of the boxes contain small pieces of metal. The recall affects 6.5 million of the 7.25-ounce boxes. They're sold individually and in packs of 3, 4, and 5. The macaroni and cheese dinners have the best when used by dates between September 18th, 2015 and October 11th, 2015. They're also marked with the code C2. You should return those macaronis to the store for a full refund. Well, Facebook will soon allow users to send money to friends through its Messenger app. You link up a debit card to the service and transfer the money instantly. Facebook says its payment systems are kept in a secure environment that is separate from other parts of the Facebook network. For more stories that benefit your family, visit CBS19.tv. Click on the News tab. You'll see the News for Your Family section. I know they say it's safe, but with all the security breaches we've had lately of, places people thought were safe, a little scary to me.
Always think twice about putting that in. When something comes up, you know it should be safe, but boy, a lot of hacking going on out there
these days.
Yeah.
Well, coming up, breast milk may have a positive impact on your child's intelligence. What a new study finds in this morning's Health Alert.
Plus, grab your umbrellas. You're going to need them today. Scott tells us how long we'll be dealing with more rain. It's headed our way. He'll have details coming up. Right now, we want to give away a coffee mug. It's our ultimate CBS 19 A Choice Home Care coffee mug. And today's winner is Karen Burdett from Winsboro.
Go to our Facebook page and sign up for your chance to win. There will be a winner every morning.
Stay informed, stay connected, stay ahead. Your news is just a click away. CBS 19 News. Coverage you can count on.
All right, it's time to answer today's water cooler question for you. How can horses go to sleep standing up and not fall over? Because we would.
Yeah, the answer is they can lock muscles in their legs.
Just doesn't seem that comfortable to me, but
It doesn't. So, but it's a horse, so I guess it's comfortable to them.
And stay tuned later. We're going to pick the winner for the water cooler question answer to get the tickets to the Oil Palace.
Yeah. Well, right now we are watching the radar pretty closely. More rain headed our way. Let's get over to Scott with more. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, guys. Yes, indeed. Grab your umbrellas. You get ready to step outdoors. We've got light showers invading some of our western and now central counties here in East Texas. This activity spinning off the leading edge of a big upper-level low-pressure system that's sitting out pretty close to Midland this morning, the core of that area of low pressure. It will gradually lumber across the Lone Star State over the next 12 to 18 hours, bringing us wave after wave of additional moisture and rainfall across East Texas. So you'll need that umbrella from time to time today as our rainfall chances go up to a near 80% chance during the day. Let me walk you through the forecast so you can know what to plan on today. Grab the umbrella early this morning, 50% chance for showers on your way out the door, temperatures in the mid-60s. By lunchtime today, our rain chance is up to about an 80% chance. Temps hovering near 70 degrees. We'll call for highs today, generally across the region between about 70 and 73 degrees. Southern tier counties, Lufkin, Nacogdoches, you'll more than likely top out near about 74 to 76. 80% chance for wet weather by the time you head home this evening. And then we'll start to taper the rain off overnight tonight as the core of this upper level low moves overhead tonight and finally off to the east and northeast of us during the day tomorrow. As you can see, some of the heavier rain banding occurring across the southern tier of the Lone Star State this morning. And this will be the general trend today, with deep East Texas seeing the bulk of the heavier showers, potentially an inch to an inch and a half on top of what you've received over the last 7 to 10 days. 29 cold degrees this morning up in the Twin Cities area. It's 31 in Omaha. As you head south, we run into the 50s and 60s from the nation's midsection across the Lone Star State as well, with one exception. Look at this. 39 right now in Amarillo. It's 43, a little bit warmer in Lubbock. 57 now over in sections of North Texas. In Dallas, we head east of the Texas-Louisiana line, Shreveport, Bossier in the mid-60s. And that's where most of us are landing this morning as well. Low to mid-60s from our northernmost counties through the central sections of East Texas along and on either side of I-20. Tyler's at 65. It's 66 right now in Longview and Marshall. North of there in Linden and Cass County, it's 61. Degree cooler than that over in Sulphur Springs currently. In Hopkins County, they're at 60 degrees. And our southern tier of counties ranging between about 63 and 65 at this hour. So as I walk you through the day today, again, wave after wave of moisture. This is a picture between about noon and 1:30 today. Widely scattered light to moderate showers. Additional rainfall coming in from the south and west as a core of that upper level low approaches as we head into the overnight hours tonight. Here's a picture around midnight tonight. Still light to moderate showers hugging along and on either side of the I-20 corridor, and more moisture again moving into the southern tier of counties right around daybreak tomorrow morning on your Thursday. Watch the trend, though, throughout the day tomorrow. The showers move east of us, the bulk of the concentrated rain. Southern counties may see some light to moderate showers starting around lunchtime 1:30 tomorrow, but generally a mostly cloudy day tomorrow with little in the way of rain until tomorrow night. Then the rain comes back. System number 2 that's now sitting over Southern California takes much the same path as today and tonight's system, bringing another chance for pretty concentrated rains across the region on Friday into Saturday now. The rain will continue off and on during the day Saturday, tapering off by early on Sunday morning. By Sunday, we're looking at highs in the mid-60s, a little bit cooler than the next couple of days. First part of next week, finally some dry weather and a slight chance potentially of an isolated shower or thunderstorm in here late Monday night, early Tuesday morning with our next cold front. You can check out that 7-day planner on our website, cbs19.tv. Today is Weather Wednesday.
Yeah. It is.
It's soggy. You need one of these. Yeah. This is a wireless weather station. Tyler Weathermakers, of course, partnering with us every single week to give these away every Wednesday morning, and we have a winner today.
And our winner is Sunday Wade of Big Sandy. Congratulations.
That's great. Sunday went to our website, Facebook page actually, and entered to win one of these. You can go to our Facebook page every single day. Only have to enter one time. We'll put your name in the hopper, but feel free to do that, and hopefully we'll draw your name.
Sounds good. Thanks, Scott.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Scott.
Health Alert Now, a new study links breastfeeding to higher intelligence and earning ability.
Researchers in Brazil followed more than 3,500 newborns for 30 years and found the longer a baby breastfeeds in the first year of life, the greater the benefits regardless of social class.
Researchers in Dallas found cardiovascular health can decline in childhood. They tracked 9,000 children and found unhealthy childhood behaviors, especially bad diets, drive up cholesterol and blood pressure levels. Experts say parents need to push better eating habits that lower salt and sugars and increase whole grains, fruits, and vegetables. And most older adults with back pain usually don't benefit from x-rays, CTs, or MRIs of the spine. Doctors in Seattle found early imaging didn't lead to better one-year outcomes. Arrests are made in the Big Sandy bank robbery. What police know this morning.
Also ahead, drivers call 911 warning police of an erratic driver who allegedly ends up causing a deadly crash. Coming up, those alarming calls. Then we'll have one last look at your forecast.
It's everything you need to know before you go.
Mike Landis, CBS 19 News at 5, 6, and 10.
A breaking news story we're following this morning. Tyler police are on the scene of an early morning shooting.
We know it happened in the 2400 block of Plume Drive in Tyler. Our Andrea Martinez joins us live from there right now. Andrea, what can you tell us this morning?
So right now I'm standing on the 2428 block of Plume Drive, and we don't know much as of right now, but I do have Sergeant Malone here with me this morning. Good morning, Sergeant Malone.
Good morning.
What can you tell us about when you guys arrived on the scene this morning? What was happening?
Probably received a 911 call about 5:20 this morning that a Hispanic male had been shot. He's been shot in the leg, the arm, and the head. Right now, my understanding is that he's unconscious at the hospital. Started with an altercation between two Hispanic males. They got into a physical altercation. There's a knife laying on the ground. Not sure if it's involved or not, but he was shot probably with a .380 handgun, like I said, in the leg, the arm, and in the head.
And we don't know his condition as of right now?
No, just that he's unconscious at the hospital. The suspect ran from the scene westbound. He's wearing all white. He's an Hispanic male, probably in his 20s, with long, curly black hair, wearing all white with red shoes. That's really all the information we have. He ran towards Troop Highway.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Dana, Clint, so that's all the information we have right now. I'll keep you updated as updates do come. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Andrea.
And we continue to follow this story. We'll post any updates about it. We'll also post that description that we were told about of the suspect on our website, cbs19.tv. Well, we're getting to hear the frightening 911 calls before and after Carl Crabtree allegedly caused a fatal drunk driving accident in Flint.
There's a truck over here off of Old Jacksonville Highway in Tyler. He looks like he's drunk. I mean, he's swerving. He's almost hitting people.
Police say Crabtree did hit Dana Register's car, killing her and Pasha Zapolsky and injuring 4 others. Crabtree is being held in the Smith County Jail on 2 counts of intoxication manslaughter. Crabtree's been charged with 2 DWIs before this, along with a host of other charges.
There's only 1 child left in the hospital. The last report we were able to get listed her in good condition.
A college student and a North Texas man are in the Upshur County Jail this morning, accused in a bank robbery. It happened in Big Sandy last Friday. Police arrested 24-year-old Daryl Greer and 22-year-old Chanel Collins, a student at Jarvis Christian College in Hawkins. Police say Greer used a gun and held the bank up around 2 p.m. on Friday before abandoning a stolen car and then jumping into another car at a car wash nearby. A tip led to their arrest Sunday. The murder trial continues today for Colby Hudgens. He's accused in the 2013 fatal shooting of Hallsville teen Kayla Williams. It happened at a home in Kilgore. The defense claims the shooting was an accident. Hudgens faces up to life in prison if convicted.
New this morning, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's ruling Likud party has scored a resounding victory in that country's election. With nearly all of the votes counted Wednesday, Likud appears to have earned 30 out of Parliament's 120 seats. Exit polls had shown a tight race with the opposition Zionist Union, but it wound up with just 24 seats. Netanyahu will now have a relatively easy time putting together a coalition government using right-wing and religious allies.
Smith County will likely not add a special court for prostitution cases. A Tyler Morning Telegraph investigation highlighted the issue of prostitution in East Texas. The state mandated that large counties add the special diversion courts in an effort to help women caught up in the sex trade get out of it. But county leaders tell CBS 19 the relatively low number of cases may not be enough to justify the cost of a separate court, so they've opted out. Advocates say the county may be missing an opportunity.
Jail doesn't offer healing. It's punishment, but there's no healing and restoration in that. So we're kind of really putting them away where they're going to turn around and go back to that same life. And
County Judge Joel Baker tells CBS 19 that if law enforcement sees a need for the court, commissioners would reconsider the issue.
Some East Texans are asking state and local agencies to expand Highway 31 after a Chapel Hill man is the 8th person killed on that highway since last March. Jarrett Ryder was stopped to pull into his driveway Monday when he was rear-ended by a white pickup and pushed into oncoming traffic. He was 30 years old. TxDOT reports 300 total accidents on Highway 31 since last March. The Ryder family has hired Roberts & Roberts law firm to represent them as they move forward. The family is in the process of making funeral arrangements. 4 other people were also hurt in the accident. However, none of those injuries are life-threatening.
Well, the work is complete now. Just a few pieces of paper need to be signed, are the only thing stopping Smith County from using the newly expanded downtown jail. Commissioners are hoping those papers will be in place by the end of the week. Tuesday marked a major milestone, though. Jailers reported a population small enough that none of the inmates are being held in another county. Smith County has been paying to put people in other county jails for years, thanks to overcrowding. At one time, more than 250 inmates were being held outside of Smith County.
TxDOT is cutting checks this week to toll road users who were overbilled. Refunds will be offered to 31,000 drivers, totaling $1.7 million. But the numbers may grow as TxDOT continues to find more inaccuracies. Those refund checks started going out this week to TxTag customers. Those with a credit account should see fees waived over the next 10 days.
Another massive data breach at a health insurance provider. This time, Primera Blue Cross says it's the victim of a cyber attack that could affect 11 million people. The breach may have exposed members' names, birth dates, social security numbers, and bank account information, even claims and clinical information. There's no evidence that any information has actually been used inappropriately, though. Well, Lindale firefighter Joe Yeatley will speak at the Kilgore College Fire Academy graduation later this month.
You'll remember he was burned over half of his body when a roof collapsed on him last January. Yeatley has been making public appearances as he continues to recover.
The general public and all area fire departments are invited to attend the ceremony. For the details on that, you can visit CBS19.tv. I remember when they had his homecoming in Lindale when he finally came home from Dallas. It was just so emotional, and I'm sure it's going to be emotional for those cadets to hear his story.
Yeah, quite the inspiration for sure. Well, we are again watching some rain move our way this morning.
We can't seem to get away from it, Scott.
You know, we can. Have you had enough, guys?
Yes.
I know a lot of people have across the East Texas area, but we're in for another day and overnight of it tonight. As we take a look at our live Doppler radar, let me give you an idea of what's moving up into the area. Light to moderate showers this morning. No severe weather, obviously, but do expect the pavement to be slick and wet for your morning commute in this morning. Grab your umbrella. You'll need it today. Wave after wave of moisture off and on all day today. The system, the main one driving this rain, is still located out near Midland, Odessa this morning, and it will gradually lumber its way across the Lone Star State. Over parts of the Texas Hill Country, the core, I think, of the heavier rains today will be across deep East Texas, but they could pick up before this system winds down overnight tonight, about an inch plus of rain. The rest of us probably on average between about 1/4 and 3/4 of an inch area wide. As we take a look at your forecast, let me walk you through your day today. A 50% chance for showers this morning, 80% chance of rain by lunchtime today as temperatures peg pretty close to 70. I'll put our highs today between about 71 and 74 across East Texas, deep East Texas, about 75 today. An 80% chance for rain as well by the time you head home this evening. Then we start to gradually taper it off as we head into the overnight hours tonight. Down to about a 30 to 40% chance around midnight tonight. We'll call for a 20% chance for a few spotty showers lingering around the region early tomorrow morning. Highs tomorrow with some sunshine, I think tomorrow afternoon briefly, near 74 degrees. Then we cloud back over tomorrow night. System number 2 arrives during the day on Friday and Saturday. Saturday we get a cool front through here, more than likely during the morning hours. That'll help scour out a little bit of the moisture. So by early Sunday morning, the showers come to an end, and Sunday afternoon we should see some more sunshine around the region. It will be cooler by the tail end of your weekend with highs Sunday in the mid-60s. So enjoy the wet weather, I guess, is all I can say over the next several days. You can, if you desire, see that forecast on our website, CBS19.tv.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard not to be depressed without the sun, but in a couple of months we're going, boy, we could use some rain.
I keep hearing that too. You know, people are not happy, obviously, with the sunshine. I'm not either. But come July or August, you know, we'll be remembering this and very grateful for it.
It'll be good.
When the lakes are still full.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it'll be good news a couple of months.
You bet it will.
Sure. All right, thanks. Well, we want to give away those 4 tickets to the Royal Horses Gala that's happening out at the Oil Palace. The winner today is Rodney Fields. Rodney won just by participating in our water cooler question of the day.
Yeah, congratulations to him.
Yeah.
Well, you may just think that penguins walk funny, but it's actually become one of the great scientific dilemmas of our time.
Yeah, James Profit and the University of Texas and a team from the Royal Veterinary College designed a pad full of sensors to measure the force the birds apply as they waddle along on those silly little legs. The first trick was to actually get the penguins to walk on the plank. What the team found was that the walk wasn't so silly after all.
Yeah, when it comes to waddling, they're probably saving a bit of energy. They're using the motion to do this weird sort of waddling motion to help them with the fact that they actually really do have pretty short legs.
Yeah. And on top of that, they're a little top heavy. They always look like they're about to
fall.
Yeah,
that's right.
But they're so cute. So, you know, I'm surprised they got them to walk the plank, too. I wouldn't.
Well, yeah. How do you get a penguin to walk a plank? I'm not sure, but yeah, look at them go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are so glad you started your morning with us. Don't forget, some rain is on the way, so plan for that as you get ready to head out this morning.
Grab the umbrella. We'll see you back here in 25 minutes with more news. Hope you have a good one.
KYTX CBS 19 News app is brought to you by Hyundai of Longview. You pick it out, we'll work it out. We're KYTX. Texas is in our name.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, March 18, 2015. Welcome to CBS This Morning. Death threats made on the life of U.S. Ambassador Caroline Kennedy.
And a home-brewed controversy for Starbucks. The backlash this morning over its plan for baristas to talk to customers about race.
Plus, who is watching when you drive a rental car? We go to Hertz headquarters to find out why they're installing tens of thousands of cameras.
But we begin this morning with a look at today's eye-opener, your world in 90 seconds.